Welcome to Subramani. I read an article saying that Jio Blackrock will not upset the asset management industry in India. Well, the more I read it, the more I was convinced that the person writing it did not know what he was writing about, or she did not know what she was writing about. My take is the question is not whether Jio Blackrock will upset the asset management industry. The question is, will Jio upset the financial service industry? Now, I don't even know whether you will believe it, but there is no big asset management company in India wanting to spend money on technology on their website, on their app, etc. When they have their app, they say, oh, my app is good enough, you don't need the website. And which means if you want to read long statements, you have to go email the statement to yourself and then read it, because it's very inconvenient to read long statements, even capital gain statements or SOA on the mobile phone. Try telling them and they say they'll have lots of excuses. So what are the excuses for the big 3-4? They are all the constraint is the understanding of the asset management industry by their parent, which is a bank, right? Whether it is ICICI, HDFC, SBI, Kotak, they are all owned by banks, and banks will have restrictions as to what you can do, what you can't do, because within the norms of RBI, etc. These are all independent companies with their own board, and I mean HDFC is listed also, but the chances are the big boss is the bank. So they are not willing to spend or saying, oh, it's not, the ROI is not worth it, because they've got used to such high margins. I'm not even speculating that. So let's get into what can Jio do. Let's start with the brokerage business. Can they just take over a brokerage company like say Grow or something and make sure that you're offered products? I'm sure Jio will enter the brokerage industry. Whether they will take over somebody or start off on their own, we don't know, but they will definitely get into the brokerage industry. It will upset the brokerage industry. The brokerage industry is a very fragmented business. There is no one big leader. Of course, there is Zerodha, but Zerodha is the only one who, Zerodha at least has money spent on technology and it has got a good website. Will Zerodha come out with a good AMC with willing to spend on technology? Maybe yes, but will Zerodha be able to attract good fund managers? I have no clue. Right, so here Jio will come in some form and sell mutual funds. They will sell mutual funds belonging to everybody, and just like Amazon doesn't care which shoe you buy, whether you buy Nike or whether you buy Adidas or you buy Amazon branded shoe, as long as you buy it on Amazon, they will be happy. So similarly, you will have the full range of products available on Jio platforms, whether it is Jio Blackrock, whether it is Jio somebody else, we do not know. But every product will be available. You want to do peer-to-peer lending, you want to do money lending, you want to do speculative buying, you want to do F&O, you want to do indexing, passive, ETF. They would be just indifferent. They couldn't care what you want to buy. So everything will be on offer somewhere on Jio platforms. And the most important thing, something like Amazon, they will make it very investor friendly, which means when you go there, everything will be on offer for you. If they take over something like a Zomato, then you're talking about, they'll know what you're wearing, they will know what you're buying, they will know what you're eating, right? So they'll know everything about you. There is no reason why they will not offer you a credit card to do all their stuff. So you will be able to use the Jio credit card to eat in to Zomato, use their taxi service. Maybe even they will allow you to make all utility payments. Maybe they'll allow you to make society payments. So you will literally not go outside of the Jio community for anything. Your monthly telephone bill, your monthly electricity bill, your monthly food bill, your monthly grocery bill, everything will be settled on a monthly basis, and they may start allowing you to say, okay, you can pay in advance, which means they will have a liquid Jio liquid fund which will, or Jio Blackrock liquid fund, which will allow you to keep money from which to pay. I don't see any reason why you need a bank account. Now, why will people go there? Simply because people will trust the quality of IT infrastructure that a BlackRock and a Jio can put together. This is at the very beginning, without having much brains, what Jio Blackrock can do. Now come to stage 2, when they say, okay, here is an index fund here, and which is charging you 0.10, but here is a Jio BlackRock fund which will charge you 0.04, right? 0.04 would be Vanguard rates. So you might, through Jio BlackRock, find that you are getting Vanguard rates. So maybe they are not making money, but the fact that they will suck in a lot of money from the other liquid funds and other banks, right? So the bigger threat could be to banks. If all the activities like utility payments, etc., can be shifted to Jio, you may not need a bank. How will you be able to withdraw cash? Well, they'll give you a credit card, ATM card, which you can use in all banks. There is no reason why this facility won't be extended to NBFCs by RBI. So NBFC will be allowed to issue cards just like banks, and they will allow you to use that any ATM of any bank you will be able to withdraw. So will Jio hit banks? My chances are yes, they will hit banks, because they will be faster in passing on the interest rate hikes and falls to you as the mutual fund, the liquid fund guy, right? So they will do that. So they might attract a lot of people there. Now imagine after some time, when they're very sure about the regulation and the regulatory authorities making changes, the RBI and SEBI, what if they start telling fund managers, don't start something on your own, we will give you a platform, we will take care of the regulations, we will take care of the back end operations, we will and our platform will be for sale, right? You can come and sell your product. So here I will have HDFC mutual fund, an ICICI mutual fund, a Prashant Jain fund, Naren fund, all these many stalwarts offering it on their own, rather than being limited by the fund house which they operate. Because within the fund house there are other constraints saying, no, we have to sell this also, we have to sell that also, we can't be excessively dependent on equity, we can't do passive, we can't do ETF. Here advisor can come and create his own portfolio, for which there may be some SEBI requirement, which I think Jio will handle at the regulator end, and tell me, let's not talk of any other person, and tell me, Subra, you can come and create your own portfolios, we will take care of the regulation, you can sell, right? And they will start tracking people, demat account will be there, they will start tracking people and find smart investors who are smarter than fund managers, who have moved into equity, into certain equity at a particular stage. Will they might then go and offer it to that guy and say, look, you are doing better than many other fund managers, why don't you launch your own scheme? That person may or may not be interested, but suddenly if you have a choice of 500 portfolios or 500 small case, you will be tempted to do something like that. So I will be able to go put my portfolio, the Jio, or I mean, it could be Jio, it could be Amazon, it could be anybody who would give me an option of saying, okay, and Amazon will start rating me, or Jio will start rating me and say, okay, this is 5 rating, last 5 years this guy has got the market right so many times, this is the IRR, etc. Now this will come from an independent company, maybe CARE or ICRA or somebody will be hired by them, and they will start evaluating fund managers. So then you will be a 5-star fund manager, 4-star fund manager, 3-star fund manager, and you will be able to charge a fee which will be shared with some part of Jio. And then Jio will have enough technology to be able to pull and send reports to you exactly what you want. So if you have shares of say Coal India, HDFC Bank, Reliance and something else, you will get these 4 reports custom made for you on a regular basis. You will be able to choose the frequency, you will be able to choose how you will the conference calls, the analyst calls will be sent to you. All this can be got by Jio at 0 cost, right? Will the asset management industry go and say, okay, put us in your search engine, and if we have to come on top, we will pay you so much, which means now we are talking of a negative asset management charges, because I am on the Jio platform, I am able to collect extra 100, 200, 300 crores without any IFA being need to pay or an MFD being need to pay trail. Let me go there and I will do it. Now we have come to the negative. Now on a 50, 70,000 crore, 1 lakh crore, 5 lakh crore amount of AUM that I have, putting away 5,000 crores of AUM coming through Jio is not a big thing, even if I give it at a very low price. It might hit some low end aggregators, but you also have to understand that it is only the market savvy people who will be pulled here, right? The technology savvy and market savvy, but then it will be available to you on a web page, it will be available to you on a phone, right? There will be call centers, there will be places where you will be able to walk in and understand what's happening. So all the analysts, they may tie up with the CFP institute and say so many CFPs. You could be a CFP sitting in Chandigarh, accessing the Jio technology and advising a client in Bangalore, or vice versa, right? And all these things could be happening, and the RIA could be tracking the portfolio which a client is doing, which could include equity, cryptocurrency, commodities, gold, etc. I think the opportunities are endless. Jio Blackrock, all they have to do is go and see what Ant was supposed to do in China and start doing some of those things. Technology will give them an edge, and the fact that our asset management industry is not too keen to invest in technology the way Jio Blackrock will do, will make sure that assets migrate from here also, right? So if you ask me, these are exciting times. I'm too old, I'm not going to benefit as much, but retail investors rejoice. It is time industries with 35% gross margins are disturbed, and here is the Jio movement in the asset management industry and generally in the financial services. There is no reason why the banks won't be hit. Banks will also be hit because they will allow you to do peer-to-peer lending, they will allow you to do student lending. What happens if there is a student who says, I'm an all India rank and this and that and I want money and I'm raising crowdfunding? Why can't that person get $10,000, $20,000, maybe even $100,000 for studying abroad? All these possibilities are there. It's exciting times ahead. Thank you.